Okay, what to do for today? Hi guys, this is Trazorwolf, and this is my previous work here from last year. I did this white jet thing before the animation, so let's take some backtrack here and let's get started. Here's how I started making this jet. Using some subdivision surface to make it easier to deform here. And you can see there I'm making a jet booster here. Well, for the starters, I originally created this jet inspired from XFA-27, the most powerful jet in classic PlayStation 1 game, Ace Combat 2, formerly known as Air Combat. But after I made this jet, the jet is more similar to the Galaga airship, Galaga spaceship. Probably because of that color aesthetic and as well the form here. So I'm not gonna explain much details how I made, so you can see on the pictures here, and hope you can enjoy about the time lapse or skip lapse, whatever you're gonna prefer here. And let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna make some few commentaries here. Okay, I made some turbine engine here, semi-fictitious. You can imagine how this thing works here. This must be the back part, so I molded it up with the subdivision surface. Pretty useful for making rounded shape. Probably you can do some polygonal form here. And after I make some few changes, I added some wings, back part, and on the front. And then I'm gonna add some lighting effects suitable for animation. So I add some emissions here. You can see it's pretty bright here. It's like some kind of a between an oven and high voltage. Let's see what it looks like. Not quite sure. Here's the reason why I make changes here. So I took on a Google image. I want to change something better for some reason. Let's see, Macross. Sounds better. The front nose and the jet. Well, why not? So I'm gonna recycle the jet that I made it from last time, and then I'm gonna evolve something into something a little more handsome. Okay, this time it will be a little time-lapsed. So you can see here, it's obviously I'm adding some more wings here. I added some new parts, round stuff. I even made a cool, better back part here for the engine flow, or probably gas tank, trying to simulate close to the F-40 Tomcat with the Jetfire like booster. Probably shared it from the Transformers toy line, so you might imagine that. Add some holes here because it's cool. I don't know why I add that way. No basis on the aesthetic, but go figure. I didn't use subdivision surface this time, probably just a nice polygonal shape to make it more robotic, even just for an airjet here. Okay, little subdivision here, extrude all sides to make it look more like a jet. I'm changing something for the lighting here. Okay, I add some bonus here for the machine parts, like holes, ridges and stuff. Probably to cut weight in real life. And as well as cool factor to make it more machine aesthetic here. I'm not gonna overload a lot of mesh shape here, but it's much better if I use the normal map. But who knows, I'm a little bit lazy about doing normal mapping, so I do straight set, so I'm not gonna worry on the number of faces. Now I'm gonna add some cannons and revising the jet booster with the contraption. Before I'm gonna make a bridge here, just like similar to Jetfire or the Macross. Probably, who knows. Now I'm gonna make some better airflow or something. Made some cuts here. It's nice. More rivets here on the side of the jet booster. This is more like a macro style. And then I'm gonna perform the bridging technique here. Probably this shape will do fine, but I decided to add something more to give a body for the ship. I don't want to simplify too much, but I'm not gonna overcomplicate the shapes and details. Added some holes here. Looks like a race for the horse racing. I don't know what I called it. Blades. Looks like a part form used for raking lathes here, and more polygonal shapes. Here's some good aerodynamic part here. It looks like a shield. You can imagine that for some airships here. I give it the most handsome face for the jet. I really dig on the Su-45, the Sukhoi 45, Russian badass. Final touches here before adding some fire effects and animation, and enjoy the rest of the video.